Today on Drawbli.
Ben is drawing Shadowheart from Baldurs Gate 3.
Hey, I'm Ben.
And I'm Abby.
And we are self-taught artists documenting our drawing adventures because art is even better when shared with friends.
So click that subscribe button if you're new around here.
And don't forget to check out our guidebook on daily drawing linked below. Abby, I'm drawing Shadowheart.
You are combining two things. You're combining just like putting paint on the canvas and then you're putting a sketch on top of that. What is this? I've never seen this before.
I've done this a few times here.
Yeah?
My last Alla Prima painting, which is kind of what this is, starts off with me putting down some like really rough paint and then using that as like a guideline for a proportional sketch. God, I can't talk. I find that to be like a little helpful just for the first like minute or two.
That is interesting. I like it.
Yeah, so I can't tell. I think this is a like it's a render from the game.
Yeah, I think so.
But it's like a I think it has mods or something because the lighting on it is way too good. I can't.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a screenshot from the game.
It looks like an edited. It's not a screenshot. Maybe a promotional piece of art or something.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, that would make more sense.
Maybe it's from
to
like
me.
a cinematic or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Either way, I really enjoyed working on this, and I like the way it turned out. I have found that this process that I'm doing right now tends to be one of my better workflows.
With the color, then the sketch, then more color.
More just like Alla Prima in general. I've talked about this before of how it feels like a lot more akin to sculpting, which is my background. But when I work this way, I also feel like I lean a lot closer to less stylization and more like just trying to copy the reference image. Obviously, it doesn't look like that right now.
But that's the really interesting part about this process is that you start, it looks like nothing for a long time, and then suddenly a couple strokes here, a couple strokes there, and the magic is there.
Yeah, it just kind of takes me a while to like find the correct values and colors that I want to use. So I'm kind of like working on the way it's kind of similar to how I sculpt, I guess, in the way it's like, you know, I'm not just sketching out and getting the sketch absolutely perfect. I'm just like, I'm gonna work over here on this idea for a little bit, and then I'll come back to this other thing. So I'm like, I'm gonna work on the lighting on the face for a little bit, and then I'm like, okay, now I need to blend all that, and now I need to start working on proportions a little more because it's kind of weird. Now I'm gonna work on the shape of the face, blah, 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 you know? Just one idea at a time.
Yeah.
I find that to be a nice way for me to
That
work.
does seem effective, and it allows you to see it in new ways every few minutes or so, depending on how long you take per idea.
Yeah, if I just try to like jump around and work on like too many things at once, one, I have to like constantly switch my brush color and everything else, and that's like really frustrating and slow. But if I'm just like, okay, I need to work on some shadows for a while, like I can do that pretty easily with just one brush and one color.
Right. Awesome. So what do you think of Baldur's Gate 3 anyway? You like to play it?
We were playing it for a little while and we kind of gave up on it because you were working a crazy contract, which is over now.
It's over now. I'm free. I know I was working
You're
4 12s a week
free.
and now I'm done. Oh, I can't believe it. I can't believe I made it through that. Although I will say by the end of it, it kind of it just felt like my normal life. Like my normal life just felt like I work 4 days a week. They are 13-hour days. And that is just my life, and that's just fine. But of course, I kind of forgot that I was sacrificing many wonderful social things and any other sort of planning and seeing anybody other than maybe our friends once in a while. And you primarily. I
I'm
didn't
here.
see you. I saw a lot less of you, which was sad. But it was fascinating. It's very stimulating work being a nurse in a hospital. So
now that you're done, are we gonna get back into Baldur's Gate 3? Is that the plan?
I think so. I think we should.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, might as well.
Yes, absolutely.
It's pretty fun.
It
I
is
enjoy
fun.
it. Remind me what your character is.
My
I was
character's
playing
a
paladin.
tiefling.
Oh, okay. Well, I was playing a draconic paladin.
Okay, yeah. It was a cool pairing.
What
It was
were you?
A tiefling druid.
Druid.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
Shapeshift.
Yes. Oh, I
And
love
turn
that.
into a spider.
Spider, a cat. Yeah, lots of
and
shape-shifting.
I can hit things hard. That's what my character did.
But that ended up being a lot more integral to the game, I felt like, than being able to shapeshift, in all honesty.
Shape-shifting, you can still deal damage.
Yeah.
It was cool.
It was cool. And talk to animals pretty easily. But it turns out there's lots of spells to allow you to do that regularly. But it's fun. I didn't know too much about D&D before playing the game, like about spell slots and cantrips and level 1 spells and level 2 spells and
there's a
short
lot.
rests and long rests. Yeah, it was
But
it's
pretty true to D&D, other than like you don't have a DM to where you can just say, I want to do this crazy thing.
Yeah.
But apparently there is a game mode where there is a person who plays as like the DM and can control things.
Oh, really? That's fun.
Or at least I remember seeing that way back in the beta. I don't know if that's still the case. But yes, the internet's crazy for Shadowheart, so I figured I would take my own stab at it.
Yeah. Well, you know, she's a cool character, so very fun. I like her. I like all the characters in that game. I should try to draw some characters from that game, actually.
Yeah.
That would be a blast.
So I'm using a lot of random brushes, very Marco Bucci.
Yeah, lots of texture. I like that.
I, as you know, typically don't use texture brushes. I'm more of a just plain old hard round brush kind of guy. But I think it's fun. I think it's fun to experiment, and especially in the Alla Prima style, it kind of gives you some more room to play around with different textures.
Yeah, there's something about it that really kind of ties things together. It's interesting, actually, you mentioned that because she looks kind of like a Ren Fair character a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'll mention we're going to our local Renaissance fair soon.
We are.
And we were with our friends, and I was with the girls trying to figure out our Ren Fair outfits.
And have you figured out your outfit?
Yes, but it's an interesting thing. When you're putting together a Ren Fair outfit, you have to have, like, essentially varied brushes. You have to have varied textures and materials to make it, to get the look that you're going for. Like, you can't just have soft cotton with soft cotton with soft cotton.
That would be ridiculous.
No, exactly.
It would look absurd.
Which honestly is not a bad rule for dressing on as a general day-to-day either. But it applies to clothing as well, and outfits as well as art. And I think that's so interesting.
So you're saying I need more textures.
Well, no, you're wearing a sweatshirt and you're wearing jeans. You've got denim paired with sweat.
Not a sweatshirt. Whoa, come on. It's completely different. Totally different.
We'll return to that in private. But I think that there's something about the varied textures and values that we like to look at. So
I like that. I also got to experiment with a lot of custom brushes that I've been working on in this video.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so a lot of custom brushes I've been playing around with. So you'll see like some of the I'll talk about them more in the future probably because they're still kind of a work in progress, but you'll see me kind of start using a lot of them about halfway through this video. So
cool. Okay.
Yeah, starting to experiment with those a lot more. It's a lot of fun. I've finally kind of started to get more interested in using texture brushes, and here's actually one of them that I was just using on the face and the body here. Just to get some stippling.
It's so nice to watch you do this because I often feel like I'm so lost when it comes to painting and getting an interesting painting going. I feel like drawing is not like super difficult to me. I mean, roughly it is, but you know, it comes a little more naturally than painting and creating these textures. So it's nice to watch you do it.
Yeah, in some ways it's just like kind of trying random stuff, to be completely honest, just to create visual interest that is separate from the whole.
What are other things in life where varied textures and hues are
apparently
important?
Renaissance outfits.
Renaissance outfits is a big one.
Food.
Food, that's important.
Food texture is so important. So I hear.
Yes.
I actually don't care about it really at all.
Music, sometimes we like to have a bass line, a treble, you know, like a high part, a low part.
I don't know enough about music to talk about that. But you do.
Oh, barely. Light, We like light and contrast
Life.
and shadow.
Life needs texture, Abby.
You know what? A garden. You plant lots of different heights of plants and various sizes in a garden. We like
Isn't that the
variety.
truth?
Variety is the spice of life. That's what they say.
And the spice of artwork.
When I was a waitress, I used to tell people leftovers were the spice of life for my little table banter.
Wow.
I don't think that one landed
that
super
wasn't
well.
a winner?
No, but sometimes, you just had to have something to say for a moment, and that was whatever would come out of my mouth.
You had like that one always tucked in your back pocket.
Yeah, just for a little idle, I don't know, I don't even hear myself say it kind of thing,
I do remember working in food, especially on register when you're always talking to people and always having one or two few things that were like the common thing. Mm-hmm. But anyway,
beautiful.
There is my finished rendered Shadowheart.
This turned out so cool and so well. I really enjoyed looking at this, and that's a big deal. I love how the shadow under her eye is so sharp on one side and soft on the other.
That was totally intentional.
I think that's a really cool shift in contrast, and I love the pieces of armor on her shoulders, how you have them
how
backlit
rough and
with
flat they are. Yes.
The one on the right especially I'm really drawn to. It almost looks like you've got some backlight going for it.
Yes,
it's really
for sure. Totally intentional as well.
Happy accidents, as Bob Ross would say, right?
And
we love a happy accident.
Would like some happy accidents, click that like and subscribe button and check out our guidebook, How to Easily Draw Every Day, link below.
Share your work on Instagram with the hashtag Drawbli, because drawing is better with friends.
And this is the part where we say
goodbye.
Goomba. Abby, if you, in this moment, had to draw a one character, Alla Prima, crazy texture, who is it? Who's it gonna be?
From Baldurs Gate 3?
From Life Anything.
Oh, from Life Anything? I would probably draw Barbie. Margo Robbie as Bobby. Barbie. Somebody. That person. Margo Robbie Bobby.
Margo Robbie Bobby.
Yes.
I like it.